By now, you've probably heard about Nvidia's most recent investment, Applied Digital Stock. Understandably, many investors will want to know more about this company that Nvidia just invested in. That's why I made this video. This is at the very least what investors should know about Applied Digital Stock before making an investment decision. Frankly, I would suggest much more research than just this video for evaluating Applied Digital Stock, but this video is a good start. So let's learn more about this Nvidia investment. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. So Applied Digital is a designer, builder, and operator of next-generation digital infrastructure designed for high-performance computing applications, cloud services, and data center hosting. And of course, this is the area attracting significant investment from large hyperscalers like Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta Platforms, and others, which are pouring tens of billions of dollars into developing AI-optimized data centers. Not just for what they can earn for renting out that infrastructure, but also for their own internal workloads where they can save tremendous costs by shifting to this more modern data infrastructure, this AI-optimized infrastructure, to lower their computing costs. So in its latest quarter, Applied Digital said that it successfully procured new transformers and related components from North American manufacturers, resulting in the company's Ellendale data center hosting facility to operate at full capacity as of the date of this earnings release. And this is significant news for the company because it doesn't have very many data centers. And so to have one that's not operating at full capacity was a massive headwind for Applied Digital in its latest quarter, and we'll learn more about this a little bit later in the video. So it's fiscal year 2024 highlights. Remember, companies are allowed to have fiscal years that are different than calendar years. So Applied Digital recently completed its fiscal year 2024, even though we're still in calendar year 2024. So for 2024, their revenues totaled $165 million versus $55 million in 2023. So their revenue tripled year over year. I mentioned there's incredible investment in this category, and Applied Digital is poised to benefit from that investment. Still, the company generated losses on the bottom line of $150 million compared to $45 million the year before. So not only did its revenue triple, but the losses on the bottom line tripled as well. Now, the adjusted net loss was negatively impacted by $39 million of expenses associated with facilities and equipment that were not yet generating revenue. They go on to say that as of June 28, 2024, the transformer-based repairs at the company's Ellendale data center facility have been completed and the site has been restored to full operating capacity. The data center experienced a power outage for most of the quarter due to the transformer issue. This disruption was confined to the data center hosting operations and did not affect their high-performance computing data center construction. So they had some difficulties here with this facility, but management saying that as of June 28th, those facilities are repaired and they're fully operational. Things are back to normal. They go on to say that despite these setbacks, they made significant progress on their key growth initiatives, particularly in expanding their cloud services business and executing an LOI with a US-based hyperscaler for 400 megawatts capacity, which includes their 100 megawatt facility under construction and 2 future buildings. So they signed a deal already for 2 future buildings, and they signed the deal for their existing building with a large hyperscaler. And I mentioned already these large US-based hyperscalers like Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Oracle. These companies are building out these AI data centers or entering into these agreements with companies like Applied Digital to help build out these data centers or lease these data centers so that they can increase their AI capability, so that they can increase the amount of AI optimized data centers that they can employ and deploy. both for themselves and for their customers. Applied Digital says their vision is to become a development platform capable of building and operating multiple high-performance computing data centers. And this starts with their Ellendale campus and continues with 3 additional campuses they are actively marketing, which total 1.4 gigawatts of capacity. Now, to support this vision, they have added several industry veterans to our team, and they are already working on the design for their next 2 buildings, which will provide 300 megawatts of capacity. So they believe that the fourth quarter marked the bottom of their revenue, and they anticipate sequential improvements on the top line as they enter the first quarter of 2025. And that's great to hear for Applied Digital stock investors. The company is poised to benefit from the rising investments in these high-performance computing data centers. They're right in the thick of it. They're right where you would want to be. And on top of that, ever since the company made this announcement, of course, they made the announcement that has attracted all the attention to this company, which is an investment from Nvidia. Now, the investment, when looking at it from Nvidia's perspective, might be small, but when looking at it from Applied Digital's perspective, it's massive for this much smaller company. So the company entered into exclusivity through an executed LOI with the US-based hyperscaler for the 400 megawatt capacity, inclusive of their 100 megawatt capacity and 2 more facilities. The company is in advanced discussions with traditional financing counterparties to facilitate construction activities for this investment-grade tenant. So, in other words, they already have the deal in place to build these data centers, but now they need the capital to build out the data centers. So, once you have a deal in place like this, it becomes much easier to raise capital because you can go to the person you're going to for the capital, for the money, and say, look, we already have a deal in place. So if you just give us the money, we're going to use it to build this facility. And once we finish building this facility, we're going to get paid from our partner. It's already sold. And that makes it easier to raise money. And so unsurprisingly, the company did raise $160 million. That was the announcement. Let me share that with you here. So this was the announcement that they made on September 5th, saying they entered into an agreement to raise $160 million, and one of the investors that gave them the money was Nvidia. And you can understand why Nvidia would be interested in giving them the money to build these high-performance computing data centers, because most likely the hyperscaler that is making the deal for this data center is going to put inside those data centers Nvidia's GPUs and Nvidia's next generation technology. By the time these get built, Nvidia will probably be deploying their Blackwell or the next generation Rubin technology. And so if Nvidia helps further the building of these high performance computing data centers, it will further help its own sales. So this is a strategic investment from Nvidia, helping to facilitate the ecosystem around its products. So it's not just that Nvidia thinks, oh, this company is undervalued, let's invest and let's make money because the share price will increase and will generate a good return on investment. That might be partly the case, but I think more so it's Nvidia helping facilitate the building of these high-performance computing data centers, because they probably have an idea that there's a great probability, since Nvidia generates over 80% market share in high-performance computing, that the chips that go into this, the technology that goes into this, is likely going to be its own. So it's going to help itself also. Very interesting developments here. And if you're interested in Applied Digital stock, this is the very least you should know. I suggest a lot more research before making a decision on this excellent AI company. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.